for perhaps 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And he said at the end of the interview, I can go home because nobody will recognize me. Is that a fact?
Yeah, no, it is a fact, yeah. I mean, I do concerts to big audiences, yeah, especially when it's a big lineup and stuff. And yeah, I definitely go home and I can be putting petrol in the car, and I could even whistle Never Gonna Give You Up and no one would even bat an eyelid. It's true.
We know that it's not true.
That is absolutely the truth. I do it all the time. So, no, it's absolutely true. And in a way, that's perfect. I really enjoy that anyway, so, yeah.
You can sign my mission, never forget the 80s song. What is so special in the 80s song, Rick?
I think the 80s were mainly about melody. I think the song was the king. And I think when we got into the 90s and later, I think a lot of dance music became massive, and it was built more around a track as opposed to somebody singing the song. There were great songs as well in the 90s, but I think there were a lot of songs that were, a lot of records that were built around a track. And for me, I prefer listening to someone sing. I love dance music as well, by the way, but I really like to hear someone sing over the top of it. So, and I think that was what the 80s were all about, was melody, really.
Someone told me a sentence, and I will never forget that. The 80s song is performed by human.
Yeah, but we had a lot of, if you look at bands like Depeche Mode and Human League and all the rest of it, that's when synthesizers became massive. It's just that usually those bands had really creative people, but they also had a fantastic front person as well, do you know what I mean, to actually make it human and, So, I think the 80s were a really interesting decade anyway, because a lot of new things happened. Like I say, technology, synthesizers, computers at the end of it, really, really started to, change music basically, yeah.
One of the secrets of Rick Astley is to drink tea in the studio?
I wouldn't say it's a secret. I definitely drink tea. I think psychologically as well, a lot of singers like to have a warm drink before they go on, because it's kind of warms your throat up and stuff. And yeah, I like to have a cup of tea on stage as well. Yeah, I've always done that, to be honest. It's just...
I read your biography, and my wife agreed that in the summer of 86, 87, she listened to Rick Astley, and if she thought he's a white guy, she didn't believe it, because you have a strong voice. Now the people believe that Rick Astley is a white guy, a nice guy, and they have performed the 80s and 90s and sold 40 million?
Yeah, I don't know how many records, but yeah, quite a few, I guess, yeah. But I think a lot of my favourite artists were American black guys, simple as that, R&B and soul and stuff. And when I, was growing up and getting into bands for the first few years and stuff, I actually played drums for a couple of years. That's what I started really, but all the singers that I guess I tried to emulate were all my favourite black American singers that just did it naturally. I think everybody, without knowing it, you can't pinch things, and I think even going back to like bands like the Rolling Stones, I think that's what they did. The Rolling Stones are one of the most quintessentially English bands you can think of, and yet what they're trying to really do is be R&B black guys from America. That's kind of what they're doing, and it's quite ironic in a way, but I think that's what's always happened. And then we've had bands that have been massive in America and thrown it back to them, and then it's come back again, and it becomes a mix then after a while. So
okay, tell me about Stock Aitken and Waterman. It was a big family with big artists. Then how is the spirit of Stock Aitken and Waterman, that great family?
Yeah, it was kind of strange really, because a lot of the time you never really got to hang out with any of the artists because you were always busy promoting your records. So you did. I got to know some of them, and in fact the Bananarama girls are here tomorrow night, and I know them quite well. And I made a lot of tea for them and stuff on their session as well. And I think, to be honest, I wouldn't call it a family. I think it was. It got called a hit factory, and it definitely was that. I think they used to really kind of work really, really hard, and all they were obsessed with was just making hits. They obviously made albums for people, but they weren't that bothered about making albums. I think they just wanted the hits, really. And as far as the artists go, like I say, we didn't really hang out much. Twice in my life, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, what do you expect about Portugal, about the crowds that are expecting you, and you didn't go home in Portugal without being recognized? So,
okay.
Don't try it.
All right, we'll see. I think one of the blessings is that the weather's nice, and we do lots of outdoor concerts back in England and Germany and different places, and you can never tell about the weather. And whenever you see an outdoor concert in Portugal, Spain, Italy, you can't kind of think to yourself, with a bit of luck, we'll get some nice weather, you know. And so for us, it's great. For us, it feels like you're on holiday. You know what I mean? You're kind of working, kind of playing live, whatever, but you're kind of on holiday. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. And just to be able to go, you know, and see the ocean, drive past the ocean before you go to a gig, that's like pretty amazing, you know. And also, I've only been here a couple of times, but I think all the Southern European people are just a bit more chilled out, if I'm absolutely honest. No, but they are, and it's probably because of the heat as well, just generally. But also, it might be a cliche, but I think they enjoy having a bit of a party as well. I think everywhere does, but I mean, I think it's just so it's always nice.
Less passing to go to the show. I was expecting the show. My wife's and lots of Portuguese that are expecting. Can I say in my show, maintaining the sentence that 80s music and recast and so on, and many bands never gonna give them up?
You want me to say that? No.
Can I continue saying that?
Yeah, I think you could say that. Yeah. I mean, I'm really enjoying what I do right now because I didn't do it for like 15 years. I kind of retired, to be honest. I never thought I'd be doing things like this. But since our daughter's kind of grown up and various things have changed in my life anyway, I really enjoy doing it because, you know, I don't always enjoy the travelling. I don't always enjoy the hanging around for 3 hours sometimes. But by the time you actually get on stage, I really have a bit of fun, and it makes me remember and realise how lucky I've been in my life because I can still come and sing songs that are like older than my daughter and have people sing along, and that's kind of strange. I never thought that would be the case, you know. So
we are from Algarve. Then my daughter in the trip listen Rick Astley. She has 6.
Okay,
she's just learning. Thank you.